And now to speak more on the approved bond, transparency, sustainability, and the practical steps being taken to address pension challenges in Nigeria is the Director General of Pencon, Omolalola Olorara. I hope I got it right. Thank you so much for joining us on Network News.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, can you provide a breakdown of how the 758 billion naira will be allocated and utilized? Specifically, how will it address the backlog of unpaid pensions, and what mechanisms are in place to ensure transparency and accountability in its disbursement?
Okay. Thank you for that question. But before I go ahead to answer you, I would again like to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his visionary leadership that has resulted in this landmark intervention. So it's a very great thing for the pension industry. And as I explain the details of the bond issuance, you would agree with me that this indeed is a significant development in the pension industry. So number one, 253 billion of the bonds will be dedicated towards clearing accrued rights. Now, accrued rights are entitlements due to workers who were working with the federal government before the inception of the CPS in 2004. And of course, workers who had 3 years or more to their retirement. So what this has done is it will enable us to clear the backlog of accrued right payments. And we've been hearing a lot about delays in pension payment in the last few months since I took the role as DG. With this intervention, those delays will no longer happen, and they will be a thing of the past once the bond is issued. So again, 253 billion dedicated to that. Two, we also have 387 billion naira, which has been committed, or which will be committed rather, to pension increases. Pension increases since 2007. Yes, you heard me right. That's almost 2 decades ago, where some pension increases have been pending without government paying for it. But this government, under the president, has taken this issue seriously and will be paying all outstanding pension increases from 2007 till date. Again, 387.5 billion is being dedicated to that from this bond of 758 billion. Then we move to the third category, which is the Pension Protection Fund, which I am very passionate about. 107 billion has been committed to the Pension Protection Fund. The Pension Protection Fund is expected to augment pensions for low-income earners to enable them earn a living wage. Since the enactment of the law in 2014, this is the first time that the government is contributing to this fund. So once the bond has been issued and funds disbursed, retirees who are currently earning low pensions will have the joy of their pensions being augmented through this fund that has been approved.
Yes, it is a turning point, we know, in the pension scheme, but we would like you to speak to us on specific steps that Pencon is taking to ensure that these funds reach the intended beneficiaries promptly, and what measures are in place to monitor the impact of this intervention on pensioners' life, if any you have there.
Thank you very much. So what we are doing in Pencon is to ensure that, one, we work with the relevant agencies to ensure that the bond is all the processes that will lead to the issuance of the bonds is concluded in record time. Once that is done, the PFAs will be credited, the retirement savings account for all retirees will be credited, and retirees will be able to go to PFAs to claim their entitlements. Incidentally, we had the consultative forum with the PFAs today, where PFAs have committed to ensuring that payments are made to retirees immediately the bond issuance is concluded and funds disbursed to retirement savings account. So the PFAs will monitor this. Pencon will have oversight and ensure that the PFAs are paying benefits as pensioners, as retirees are coming in to claim their benefits.
Okay, before I let you go, how does this intervention align with Pencon's broader vision for pension reform in Nigeria?
So the first things first for us in terms of vision is to build trust in the CPS, which has been waning in the last few years because of all these outstanding liabilities. So this payment allows us to now build trust in the CPS, and also for the Nigerians to also understand that this government really has the interest of the ordinary Nigerians at heart. This allows us to expand the pension scheme to the informal sector, where we are currently not scratching the surface at all. So this will enable us to expand the scheme. It will also allow us to get the Nigerian, the informal workers to believe in the scheme, that when they when they contribute to the scheme, that their funds are safe and will be managed effectively by Pencon.
Okay.
In addition to that, we're also going to be able to expand the compliance net. This government has shown dedication, and with the support of the president, we will be able to expand the compliance net further to ensure that every employer actually contributes to the CPS for their employees.
Indeed, that is good news for pensioners out there. Director General, National Pension Commission, Pencon, Omolola Oloworara. Thank you so much for coming on NTA Network News. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.